Hello and welcome back to Save NOLA Restaurants podcast. I'm Bobby Hansen.
And I'm Becca Lee. And today we're sitting down with Director of People and Culture at Palm Hospitality, Jessica Spate, who's been a resident of New Orleans for over 11 years and has continued her career in the service industry, overseeing management at the James Beard award-winning restaurant Saba here in New Orleans.
We're looking forward to hearing about the insights she'll have into the industry and how it has been affected by the COVID-19 pandemic.
Could you describe maybe some of the challenges that you've faced within the hospitality region, in your position, maybe specifically at Saba? I know that you kind of transitioned in the heightened time of Corona. And so maybe some of the things that you've had to face, I know you're the director of people and culture, so in the HR department, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, first and foremost, and it's just such a testament to Pomegranate Hospitality and Saba. Our number one goal through this whole entire process was the safety of our team members. And, even pre-COVID, our entire mantra is to create this really safe and comfortable work environment that maybe hasn't necessarily always been the case in restaurants and kitchens especially. Our number one goal was the safety of others. So it's how do we do that? What are the things that we can do as a company to make people feel safe to come back to work? And then make our guests feel comfortable coming back to the restaurant. Now we're from this pandemic where it's we literally can't come together, right? Because you can't physically be close to one another. What are the things that we can do to still be supportive and make people feel comfortable? We did a lot of community outreach in the very beginning. When we were shut down, it was still Alon was out there cooking for people, the hospitality industry that had been laid off in Denver and in New Orleans.
In your role, you have a lot of insights to the industry in general in New Orleans. So I was wondering from what you've seen and the people you've talked to, just in general, the economic impact on the restaurant industry in this city in particular with a really heavy culture on food.
I think unfortunately the service industry did get hit very hard through all of this, and people made life decisions and actually changed careers. You had people move, you had people who were, chefs and servers that decided to go back to school, decided to go work an office job because there weren't any restaurant jobs. So right now it just seems like across the board, everybody's really having a staffing issue.
Through our research, we've seen that tons of restaurants within New Orleans, specifically in local communities, have been hit really hard by those shutdowns. And I'm not sure if you have any personal insight about that topic specifically, but
honestly, Alon was born in Israel. He has, a lot of friends in the industry that are minorities and that have struggled to get through this. And it's, unfortunately, those are always the people that are hit hardest by tragedies, right? And we just continue to try to be a supportive, strong ally to everybody in the industry. We don't look at other restaurants as competition. We look at them as allies, and it's always been a struggle for everybody. But again, like you said, especially to minority groups who come in, and that have been here for generations, who have the corner store or have that local neighborhood restaurant. And they're not some big chain or have all these backers. It's them, it's their family. And we just want to continue to support them. We, try to source the majority of the products we use from local vendors, local farmers. We just continue to try to be allies and support smaller businesses as best we can.
Yeah. And I think it's a really great outlook to have on it. I think a lot of restaurants do have a similar attitude because restaurants have just been proven through our research and so many others to have a really positive impact on the communities that they reside in, especially through just cultural expression and kind of relieving xenophobic attitudes and all kinds of other things like that. And I was wondering, because you see how restaurants are able, because the people that own those restaurants, obviously the cuisine that's represented, they represent history and a lot of tradition and stuff like that. I was wondering, when you see restaurants like that close, the impacts on communities culturally, what you might have noticed or what you could say that effect could be.
New Orleans is such a melting pot and always has been. And you have all these different influences. And when you start losing that, when you start um, losing the Vietnamese population and all the dishes that they've contributed to this city, and the Italians and the Sicilians that came over that have been here for generations, you're not New Orleans anymore.
And if you just had something to say to like students or people of like younger generations that are looking to support their like local restaurants in New Orleans, or like ways that they can help.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. I think first and foremost, if you're interested, whether it be a culinary position or from a service standpoint, management standpoint, um, put yourself out there and go for it. And if it means starting off, washing dishes, that's what Alon did. He started off because he just wanted to be in the kitchen somewhere. Um, there are great vocational programs these days that really help people kind of foster that love and passion for the service industry. So I don't think any place you start is too small. I think it only continues to help you grow. And for students particularly, I know when I was in college, I didn't have tons of extra money to go out all the time and to spend, but come in, get a soda, have a drink, get some hummus or wherever, and just continue to support the local community. Just, to continue to just put yourself out there as best you can, and support all your neighborhood, restaurants. It's important.